guys, Rob from the Off Grid Tiny House. It is a rainy day here, Friday, and just got here. Got some Timmies. I'm gonna grab a wet mop and just mop up a little bit with my shoes because it's been pretty muddy with all the rain. And I'm gonna go over here and see how we made out, well, rain-wise. Did we have any more flooding? Or it wasn't really flooding. I think it was condensation that caused that water. But you can definitely hear it going in. So there we go. So I'm going to take this little wet moppy deal and get working. Have a little breakfast and get busting butt here at the tiny house. See how I don't see any water coming in yet around here. I'll bring a light over. I did bring my new lights over, and we'll just look around on the wall here to make sure we don't have any infiltration going on. I think that's the best way. Hey guys, Rob from the Off Grid Tiny House. It's a real rainy day here, and perfect time to check out my new lighting. So what I did was I rigged up to my 12 volt jumper pack the lighting that I just recently bought, and this is the Warm White 3000K, and they give you plenty of cord on this thing, and it seems to throw a decent amount of good looking light out. I like it. And this was recommended by Stu, High Tech Guy 18, and he also recommends, guys, if you are above the kitchen area, you want to go with the white, just the normal white, the cool white color, instead of the warm white, so that gives you the proper visual in your kitchen. But for this, it's nice for winter time because it gives you that kind of cozy, warm feeling psychologically, not really a heat deal. They're very cool to the touch, and they don't use very much power whatsoever. Very tiny little wire to power all 6 of these, and so that's going to be pretty sweet, actually. I'm liking it. Now let's see, I'm going to probably move this back to the area I'm working because lighting conditions in here right now are pretty grim. It's just the way it is, guys. I'm gonna try not to use too much power today because I am staying over tonight and I want to have entertainment, so I want to be able to run my TV for most of the night because that's basically all my entertainment in here at nighttime. But so far the solar's doing okay. We're holding our own on a float mode, so I'll just use the jump pack for as long as possible, and that'll be it. We'll see you guys in a bit. Alright guys, so been doing a little sawing over here. Basically I'll explain the madness here. This is not a structural wall, these studs or anything. So I'm going to take my 2x4, put it on the end of this window stud, and screw it down. That way the wall kind of stays stable. And then I got to pull out these insulation panels because there is screws that are sticking through on the outside that I had to seal up, which is kind of a pain. So I'll go ahead and do that and show you what it looks like after the fact. Alrighty guys, so I pulled this insulation behind basically behind the barrel stove, and we got similar issues. So we know the rivets were even leaking back on this wall as well. So I'm gonna clean all this up and bleach it. I'll bleach it before I go. I'm not going to do it while I'm working here all day. But I'm going to clean up best I can and shoot some bleach back in here. Just looks like it got wet at some point, this sawdust. So not too nasty. Well, it's pretty nasty enough. So the only other insulated panel that I haven't pulled yet is this one. I'm going to do it next. That's beside the flue. And the reason I pulled the insulation anyways, because of these, I wanted to make sure that, you know, the screw holes here are all sealed on this side as well. And then there's some cuts and gashes up there I got to seal with rocker guard as well. So when I pull this one, I'll be able to get a whole circle round around this. I'll pull out some insulation to see how wet the interior wall is and check all that stuff out. So I'll pull this guy next and we'll get to it. Rain's really coming down now, guys. You can hear it. The lights are doing okay over here. I got them hooked up on just on the elliptical, giving me some light back here so I can work. I got to put the next 2x4 up across here. And go from there. Though what I want to do first is I'm going to cut the start of the next 2x4 there. Try to get it cut all the way through, hopefully. Whether or not I get that done today, I don't know. But I rocker guarded these screws that were coming through the tiny house. And I think what I'm going to do as well, guys, is on the my fireplace out right here. Right now I have aluminum tape on there as a sealer. It works good. There's all the Roxol insulation here. The fireproof stuff was nice and dry, but so no water. I put my hand in the wall here to see if the internal structure of the wall, that since this is cut open, I can put my hand right on top, see if it was dry. The wall is dry, not wet rot or anything. But on the external part of the flue that I have aluminum taped out there, I'm gonna probably replace that with the new awesome tape, the Eternal Bond tape that I use to seal up all my rivets and the gash in the side of the tiny house. And I think that's what we're gonna do because, well, it only makes sense. It's gonna last a lot longer than the aluminum tape for sure. So I still have to vacuum and brush all this up, and then I'm gonna bleach everything. And on top of this piece of wood here, I'm gonna have to bleach it on the top because it's got a little bit on there, and go from there. Yeah, so everything's coming along, getting lots of water, guys, catching lots of water. I believe that I looked underneath the IBC tote today with the light, and before I left yesterday I mopped it under there and there wasn't very much water. So I'm assuming that spot in the middle was condensation. Because of the high humidity and the cold water, I'm assuming that's what it was. But still not good, because standing water on the floor in the tiny house, not a good thing. So I'm gonna have to figure out a method to handle that out. Maybe you guys can come up with something. And if you say insulation, I'm gonna slug you, because wet insulation, guys, no thanks. That's just not the way to do things, okay? So yeah, I'm gonna keep on trucking here and go to town.